Hey everybody, it's Ruby. So that time has come. It's couples counseling time between divine feminine, divine masculine. We're going to figure out what each of you want to say right now, what's showing up in your energy, see how they're showing up and you're showing up, what characters are you coming in as, what's the beef. I'm going to figure that out right now. What's the beef going on between the two of you, and get some messages between the two of you on what you want to say and have some actual interaction back and forth. And go from there. So let's get going. All right. What's the beef between the two of you guys? What is this about today that we're going to discuss in couples therapy? All right. Just take what resonates and leave the rest, guys. This reading is not going to be for everybody, especially with some of the cards in this deck. I ain't lying. Couples therapy. There's some cards wanting to jump out. All right. What's going on? Here we go. Into you. Good chemistry, great vibes, positive. That's the beef. Well, we know that they're into you. Dirt digging. Looking for dirt on you, or vice versa. Okay. So I don't know if this is someone who, there might be someone else involved. They have suffered, this on the bottom says cyberbully, which to me is just being bullied. Oh, yeah, bad reputation. So they're dealing with someone in this situation. There's a third party involvement of some sort, and they have been treated really poorly from this. They also could think that there's somebody watching them, and they might not be really interacting with you. Oh, they're telling me to do the crazy shuffle, because these are double-sided. So they're wanting me to switch it up. It's like the top and the bottom both have life situations on them. So they're wanting me to switch it up so that we can get what this is about. I think they have someone who is trying to dig up dirt with them, even though there's really nothing that's wrong between the two of you, on the surface at least, but they're being bullied by somebody, and somebody's trying to dig up dirt on them. No illusions. Stay grounded in the truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. So there's delusions going on here. There's people trying to create misinformation and bullying tactics that are going on behind the scenes here. Okay. So much of the twin flame journey to me is about learning how to not just prioritize yourself and recognize your own divinity, but to trust what's real, to recognize what is real. One of the things that happens when you meet your divine counterpart is a lot of times there's like being stuck in the false matrix. Especially the divine masculine can really be pulled more into the false matrix because they're more 3D, generally speaking, whether it's a man or woman. They tend to be more in the 3D energy, and so they're more focused on what's right in front of them, right? And so it's a very common storyline that they are, I'm seeing the other side of this card that says Fantasyland. So they can be pulled into these false situations. And, you know, divine feminines, we are as well. We go through those experiences as well. But a lot of times I'm seeing it like a video game. They're showing me like the Matrix, the false Matrix being somewhat like a video game, where at the end of the video game or at the end of a level, you fight all these little bosses, and then you go in for like the big boss, right? And that's kind of what has to happen prior to physical union, is about utilizing every single thing that you've learned throughout that process. And you have all of these like weapons and potions and gear that you have on your character that then you have to pull out and use in a sequential way, in a certain way. Everything that you have tucked into your pockets through gathering and all these other things that are in these video games, and you have to pull those out and use them as you need to, because the final boss, the big boss at the end, is really big, right? And since we Divine Feminines, if you're watching this channel, usually you're going to be having worked through a lot of those things already, and you're more in receptive energy, whereas the Divine Masculine is actively working through those things and fighting those big bosses, you know. And some of those things are within themselves. So they could deal with a situation and say they get an injury, their character gets an injury, right? And they have to use a healing potion on themselves. But it's also about putting up the barriers that are appropriate. So like shielding themselves, doing all these different things. But some of the things that the challenges that they're running into is within themselves. They could even be doing this to themselves. So this could be someone doing it to them, where it's manifesting out and playing out in a 3D through another character or through a boss or whatever. Or this can also be them self-sabotaging or not knowing their own worth, which is one of the core wounds, right? Living in fantasy land about reality and needing to wake up from it. So this could be in someone who could be in denial about their feelings and self-sabotaging, or both. So we'll see. Guide, navigator, progress, direction. Now, I'm not sure if this is how they're showing up. We'll see. But I think they're using a guide. What else, Spirit? They're using a map here to like walk through the illusions. Look at that with this dirt digging card. Look at the hats. You know, he's got a walking stick or a shovel. Looks like a walking stick. I don't even see a shovel on there. Digging through things. How else are they showing up? How else are they showing up? I'm going to take this one at the very top. Architect. Weaver of blueprints, planning, design, supervision, and construction. So look at their studying. All right. All right. How are you showing up, Divine Feminine? It's like they're navigating through studying. Their heads are down. Dirt digging card, the guide card, the architect card. And then the cyber bully is like behind the scenes. How are you showing up, Divine Feminine? How are you showing up, Divine Feminine? Oh, this one wanted to come out. Detective. I love it, guys. All right, detective, investigator of truth, sleuth, clues, pursuer, truth unveiled. I love it. Anything else? Friend. I'm just going to take this top one. Keeper of trust, companion, support, sharing joy. By being their friend, you're allowing them to discover the truth through compassion. Isn't that awesome? All right, so let's figure out what deck we're going to use for each. They're saying Light Seers Tarot for them. Okay. And this one is like, I think this one's Wild Reflections. I don't really know this deck. Okay, so for the Divine Masculine, what's your overall energy, Divine Masculine? You are using a guide for yourself. Planning, supervision, construction. You might have someone helping you through. You might be, the Divine Masculine might be seeing a counselor or a confidant or a wise leader. Wow. All right, so I got, this has like a bunch of cards on it, so I'm gonna just pull the top one here. The Wheel. So the Wheel of Destiny is turning, but it's quite precarious because you see the way that, you know, this wheel is being depicted. This is somebody who feels like one wrong move and everything could just like come tumbling down, everything that they're building with this architect. Page of Pentacles. Again, with the balancing. Look at these two. They're in the exact same position. And they're both holding, like, it looks like they're both, like the Page of Pentacles almost looks like they're holding a wheel, but that's actually a pentacle, but it looks so similar. And then Justice. Wow. This is really, really, really big energy. All right. Divine Feminine, tell me where you're at. It's like they're facing their shadow. Look, with this Justice, they're facing their shadow. Look at that. They have to navigate through it and stop being in the shadow. The truth is being unveiled that you, through being their friend, there's no illusions there. They're digging for dirt, but there's nothing there. Ace of Swords. Yes, what I just said is exactly right. That's one of my confirmation cards. That's a yes card to what I just said. The truth. The Emperor. Ten of Pentacles. You're telling them they're your Divine Masculine. Or you have. You've told them that in the past. That you know, you guys can build and have an empire together and have everything together. And they're like, is this Fantasyland? This is like in the past, right? But there's something that they've learned. And they want to bring justice to the situation. They had illusions. Temperance, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They want to balance things out. They want to give back reciprocally now. What else do you want to say back to Divine Feminine? Because we have 1, 2, 3 major arcana just in this first row. And Page of Pentacles to me is a student who has learned something and they want to, sometimes they want to send a message or they want to talk to you about what they've learned. Well, 3 of Swords, and those jumped out crazily. 8 of Swords, yeah. Temperance. Again, this is because of past pain. Which is why, even though it was great vibes and great chemistry and everything seemed wonderful, thank you, Ice Machine Confirmation, that they still were looking for dirt. They still were like, what's the catch? And it just brought them nothing but heartache. Look at this heart being split in two. This is what caused that ending, walking away, them ghosting. And it's like, as they sat in the pain and they sat in, they're saying, this is pretty cool. They're saying that as they sat in the pain and they felt like their heart was being ripped in two, as they sat in their own mental prison of which they created for themselves, that they were never alone. That they knew you were there. that they knew Spirit was there to help them through this. But they have been through a lot. Wow, it's getting me a lump in my throat. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say back? 3 of Swords back. Look at that on the split. Look at that energy. 2 different decks. Look at how similar they're sitting on in here. They were crying out. They were crying out. They were the ones that caused this, and I believe they caused it. And you were forced to protect your heart so that it didn't penetrate you all the way, but you still had a lot of pain as well, Divine Feminine. The Tower, that's the other card on the split. You felt like everything was just crumbling. I mean, when you have the Emperor, 10 of Pentacles, that is your be all end all. This is my other half. This is my counterpart. This is my Emperor. This is the one and only. When you lose that, it feels like you've lost everything. Literally everything with 10 of Pentacles. That's losing it all. That's what it feels like. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. 6 of Swords. Death. Wow, that's a very interesting artist depiction. Empress. Yeah. This is, look at the feminine here. There's always a reason why I am told to use a certain deck, even though I don't really know this one. The feminine is going on her boat. And she's like, okay, I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to put my needs first. This is ending. You know, look at the tornado getting ready to land and destroy everything. Again, with my ice machine. All right. But the Empress always has options, number 1. Number 2, you know who you are. Because in your energy, we have Emperor in the first row. You recognize who they were, and you recognize who you are. And the Empress always has the ability to create new life for herself and others. Look at her belly glowing. Giving birth to a new life is painful. It hurts. Putting yourself first on this path, it's not easy. You may have attempted to do that multiple times, but you had to choose yourself in the end. And it's transforming now. It's like this masculine's hair is starting to blow. You know, you knew that this was happening energetically. All right. Divine Masculine. No illusions. Queen of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. 10 of Wands. So they had regret about probably a past decision or a decision that was going on behind the scenes. Maybe you choosing yourself. It's like that person staring very wistfully out the window. But the ask is there about choosing a path underneath. And they're either walking towards you and waiting for this to come in, or they're choosing to walk away from something, but either way, the burden is too great for them to stay with things as they are. Simply cannot stay. Things will never be the same again. A decision's being made either way because of the burden. The burden is too much. And you just want the truth. You just want the truth. But they're bringing it in with this Justice and the Wheel of Fortune. Justice. That's right. That's right. I was looking at this card, and look at these two again. You guys are mirroring each other. Look at these two depictions. They're so similar. Okay. Justice. 10 of Wands, which they just showed up in their energy. The burden for both of you without this Justice is too much. It has to be dropped. Now she's got the one. In your energy, you've got the one wand. You dropped all the rest of them. King of Swords. You're saying to them, again with the Three of Swords, if you want to resolve this pain, I need you to bring this justice in. It's up to you. You have the magic wand, Divine Masculine. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the one that's left. Come in, make a clear decision, just, you know, and we'll talk openly. You cannot hide your feelings anymore. I don't want to have to be a detective. I don't want to have to try to figure this out. I don't want to have to see what's the illusions, what's not. I want you to come in correct. Give me one card for where are we going, Divine Masculine. One card for where are we going. Next. Where are we going next? Five of Cups. They're going to have to sit in the regret for a little bit longer. They're going to have to realize that that Two of Cups is still there. Because they weren't honest. All right. One card for what energy are you going to be in, Divine Feminine? Next. Divine Feminine. Knight of Wands. You're like, well, I'm going to go after what I need for passion. I'm going to seek out my own passions. And look, we have this dog. They're showing me the dog. It's like golden retrievers on both. I don't know if that resonates with anybody having a golden retriever or a golden mix. Looks like a golden retriever, a lab maybe. But you're going to seek out friendships. You're going to keep moving forward. So they're going to figure it out or not. All right. So any messages, any other messages from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine? Anything else? You've made me want to be the best version of myself. I am asserting the mastery of my higher self. Right. All right. So they're getting there. They're getting there, but Spirit's telling you, Divine Feminine, just keep moving forward. Go after your passions. You know, focus on you. Put yourself first. Be in receiving mode, okay? All right. That's what I got for you for couples therapy. We'll see you next week for that. Talk to you later. See you next time.